You want to know what happened next? Let's get in.
The lights snapped back on, buzzing weakly but steady. Clint strutted out of the back room like he'd just performed a miracle. There, fixed. Told you I got it. Jake and Marlene exchanged a look. He didn't fix anything. Elias scanned the diner. Everything looked normal, except the brick, the note, the camera outside, and now the blackout. None of it felt random. Jake went to sweep the broken glass near the window. Careful with the brick, Elias said. Jake bent down to move it, then froze. Eli, look. There was a second note tucked under the brick. No one had seen it before. It must have been added during the blackout. Marlene stepped back, palms sweating. How did that get there? Elias took the note carefully and unfolded it. This handwriting was different, sharper, faster, almost angry. He knows you're watching him. Move fast. Tonight is your only chance. Clint stormed toward them. What's that? Give it here. Elias pulled the note out of reach. It's nothing, just trash that got blown in. Clint glared. Suspicious. Too suspicious. But he didn't push it. Not yet. Jake whispered, Eli, this person, they know Clint's guilty. Marlene whispered back, or they're trying to scare us. Elias lowered his voice. Either way, someone is trying to warn us, and they know things they shouldn't know. Around 3:10 a.m., the diner quieted again. The trucker had left, the wind softened, and the storm settled into a steady whisper. Clint went into the office, muttering to himself. Jake cleaned the counter. Marlene refilled the coffee burner. Elias used the moment. Jake, he whispered, watch the hallway. Tell me if Clint comes out. Jake nodded. Elias slipped down the corridor and approached the office quietly. Through the small window on the door, he saw Clint hunched over the duffel bag, stuffing even more stolen supplies inside. Then Clint pulled out something that stopped Elias cold. A key card. But not just any card. It was a master access card that only the owner and head manager had. Elias's master card. How did Clint get it? Elias had never lost it, never misplaced it. Unless someone had made a copy. Clint zipped the bag quickly and shoved it under the desk just as Jake tapped the wall lightly. Clint swung the door open, catching Elias mid-step. What are you creeping around for? Elias forced a tired shrug. New higher nerves, didn't want to mess up. Clint studied him like a wolf sniffing a threat. You sure about that, Eli? Elias held the stare. He wasn't breaking character. Clint smirked. You'll learn how things work around here real soon. He brushed past Elias, heading to the front. Jake whispered, Did you see anything? Elias nodded. Oh yes, more than enough. Back on the floor, Elias replayed everything. The hidden camera, the brick, the warning notes, Clint stealing supplies, Clint having his master keycard copy, and now the blackout with the second note appearing out of nowhere. This wasn't just corruption. This was orchestrated. But by who? At 3:44 a.m., Marlene screamed. Elias and Jake ran to the front and froze. Another note had been taped to the broken window, but this time it wasn't thrown. It was placed carefully, deliberately, meaning the watcher had been right outside, silently, unseen, only inches away. Marlene backed away. No, how did they get that close without us hearing us? Elias pulled the note down. The supervisor is not working alone. They've been stealing for months. Tonight, they'll hide the final shipment. Jake's eyes widened. Clint isn't working alone? With who? Elias looked toward the back door. There was someone else, someone who had access, someone Clint trusted. But who? As if by cue, heavy footsteps echoed from the back hallway. Clint reappeared with his jacket on. I'm stepping out. Lock the door behind me. No one, and I mean no one, goes in the storage room until I get back. The door slammed behind him. Jake whispered, Eli, what do we do? Elias answered calmly, We check the storage room. Marlene gasped, but he said, I know what he said, but someone is trying to warn us. Someone who knows Clint is hiding something tonight. We're not ignoring that. The three crept toward the storage room. Jake turned the handle slowly. Unlocked. Inside, the shelves were lined neatly. Too neatly. Clint never organized anything. Marlene pointed. Back there. A tarp-covered section sat in the corner, large, oddly shaped. Elias pulled the tarp off. Underneath, several crates labeled with the diner's inventory barcodes, but these weren't kitchen supplies. They were electronics, cleaning chemicals, power tools, even medicine, all high-value items from neighboring businesses. Jake whispered, horrified. Clint's been using our supply shipments to smuggle stolen goods. Marlene covered her mouth. He's not just exploiting us, he's running a whole operation. A faint click stopped them cold. Elias turned toward the door. Someone was standing there. A tall shadow filled the doorway. Rain dripped from their hood. They stepped in slowly. Marlene backed into Jake. Jake grabbed the closest object, a broom. The figure pulled back their hood, and Elias's eyes widened. It was the trucker from booth 7, except he wasn't tired anymore. He didn't look broken or hungry. He looked like someone who had been studying them all night. He spoke quietly. "Put the broom down, kid. I'm not here to hurt anyone." Elias stepped forward. "You installed the cameras." He nodded. "You threw the brick." Another nod. Jake trembled. "Why? Who are you?" The man exhaled. "My name's Devin Hale, private investigator, hired to track a string of supply thefts in this area." Marlene whispered, "You were watching us?" "Yes," Devin said, "and Clint Bowers is the center of the operation, but he's not working alone." Elias narrowed his eyes. "Then who is he working with?" Devin looked straight at Elias, and the answer hit him like a punch to the chest. "You already know," Devin said. Elias's breath caught, because he did know. Clint barged into the back door at that exact moment, followed by another man Elias recognized instantly. Elias's day manager, Terrence Cole, sharp, smiling, a man he'd trusted for years. Terrence grinned when he saw the open crates. "Elias," he said calmly, "I wondered how long it would take you." Marlene and Jake froze. Elias stepped forward slowly. "So you were the one who copied my master keycard." Terrence shrugged. "You gave me access. I just expanded it." Devin Hale stepped beside Elias. "You're the real ringleader. Clint's just your mule." Clint roared. "He's lying." Terrence smirked. "Clint, don't embarrass yourself." Jake whispered, "Oh my God." Terrence continued. "You weren't supposed to come in tonight, Elias. Your surprise undercover shift. A bit inconvenient for us." Clint clenched his fists. "Just let me handle them. We will finish this tonight." Terrence chuckled. "Always so dramatic, Clint." Then he pulled something from his coat. Not a weapon, a phone. On the screen was the live camera feed from the hidden camera behind the dumpster. Terrence looked Elias dead in the eye. "You thought you were watching us, but we were watching you." The words sent a chill through the room. Devin moved first. In a blur, he tackled Clint to the ground. Elias lunged at Terrence, grabbing the phone and slamming it onto the floor. Terrence tried to run, but Jake, shaking with adrenaline, stood in the doorway, blocking him. "You're not going anywhere," Jake growled. For the first time in years, Jake wasn't afraid. Marlene grabbed the nearest crate and dumped it, spilling stolen supplies everywhere. Terrence froze. Devin cuffed Clint. Elias pinned Terrence to the wall. Sirens echoed outside. Devin had called backup earlier. Within minutes, police stormed the diner. Terrence and Clint were hauled away, screaming different excuses. Marlene cried in relief. Jake nearly collapsed. Devin nodded at Elias. "You did good tonight," the investigator said. "Your people, they're stronger than you think." Elias looked at his night crew, the ones he came to test, the ones he ended up protecting. "They deserve better than this," Elias said quietly. And for the first time tonight, the diner felt warm again. As the police cars disappeared into the rain, Elias turned to Marlene and Jake. Tomorrow, he said softly, your world changes for the better. Jake wiped his eyes. Marlene smiled for the first time in months. The storm finally eased. And inside the Harbor Bridge Diner, for the first time in a long time, the night ended with hope.
Check the next episode. See you soon. And don't forget to comment your opinions, subscribe, like, and share.